Have it so I can start washing it and fucking. So I can work on at least washing it fucking. Out, because that one and that one are going to be gecko tanks. For crusties that don't need heat.
Okay. We have 12 minutes left of this podcast.
That gave you meaning? That hobby, the ventriloquist?
It's not a hobby.
Go on.
Get it.
What are you going to do when I need my drink?
It's a friendship? Is that more accurate?
What difference does it make?
Arnold, I'm here to help. Wait, hold on. Here.
What's this?
Compression socks.
I can see that. What do you expect me to do with them?
Try them on.
I'm already wearing
On your
stuff.
hand.
Well, fine. Hello.
And who's this?
Sacco.
I'm pleased to meet you, Sacco. How are you feeling today?
I feel much better now.
I like this in the mind of people, especially Batman movies. Especially Arnold.
Dad,
Good. Return.
here, catch.
Ah, my socks. Thank God.
And I picked up some pad thai.
Are these socks missing?
It's a long story.
How was work? Anyone else get their head bit?
Hand. That guard only lost a hand.
Oh, I know what this is a reference to. She doesn't. I wanted her to guess what they're talking
Killer
about.
Croc.
Pacific here.
Eating off some guard's hand.
That some guard is Aaron Cash. He was first introduced in Batman Arkham Asylum Living Hell #1. And yes, Croc bit off his hand, and it got replaced with a hook, a prosthetic hook.
I go soak in the fucking tub again.
I'll be right back, people. I gotta go get my drink. I'm back. Okay. Hang on.
Can we pause this?
Why?
So I can go soak in the tub. I got a headache.
That's gonna take long. Do you got a charger? Might as well go plug your phone in there, then.
Yeah.
Okay, be back, people. People. The next video that me and her do together will be reviewing notes that we took on stuff that we watch. I had more notes. I took more notes on certain stuff. So yeah, so I'll be going over my notes first, and then she will be going over her notes. So yeah, bye bye. We're back.
Correct. You got that taser pen I gave you, right?
Yes, Dad.
Charged and ready.
Yes, Dad.
And you're happy this way? Making gas station wages to babysit a bunch of violent nuts.
Nothing's gonna change if we don't at least try to understand them.
Marlene, huh? Patron saint of lost causes. Remember you used to play psychiatrist when your mother and me?
You'd ever let me forget?
Asking us all these questions about our past. Handing us paper cups with No one can fix her. The point is, I knew even back then my Harleen was gonna do big things. You're gonna be running that place one day.
Don't hold your breath.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Forget it.
Harleen.
It's fine, Dad. Everything's fine.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Is that what you think I do all day?
Well, you're getting sleepy. Very sleepy.
Is that... Are you a hypnotist now?
Hey, wait. Whatever it takes.
Okay. It's just...
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they make me feel like... Well, like I'm 8 again, you know? Putting the cookie jar on the high shelf.
I know it. Those sons of bitches.
Dad, it's no big deal. I've got it covered.
Let me just say one thing.
Oh, one thing?
You're smarter than them. Those fancy psychiatrists, your boss, whoever, all of them.
You've never even met them.
I've met you. That's all I need. You just gotta show them. Step up and take what's yours.
Dad, don't.
Very safe.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, Dr. Ramos, hello. Right. No, hold on. Let me just put you on speakerphone.
Hi, Dr. Ramos.
Hi. So, your Sam's do show cancer as expected, but it's still localized.
Localized.
Which means operable, as long as we can get in there soon. Okay, yes, let's do that. We can schedule surgery as soon as you place a down payment. Hold on, let me just, Oh, how much do you think? Oh, wow, no, of course, I completely understand. Yeah. No, if that's the best option, we want it. Of course. Thanks.
So, what's the damage?
And don't worry about it.
Hardly.
You worked double shifts at the factory to put me through grad school. Now it's my turn.
Listen, I know what you're making over there.
Dad, I'll figure it out.
Look, you're just starting to spread your wings. You can't be chained to an old man on his deathbed.
Quit it with that, okay?
Come on.
We are gonna beat this, so...
Harleen.
Dad, can we just eat, okay? It's getting cold.
How much did she make him? And nobody or can you make bank?
Oh, Harleen.
I don't like the captions, you know, so you can mix this shit up a little.
Where's Bob?
Oh, I'm not sure.
But I don't know how to get rid of the captions, you know.
Oh, well, I'm reading them as I go. Leave me alone.
It says Arlene.
I know what it says.
Hi, Arlene. When we start doing that now?
No.
Oh, thank God.
With patient J. Yes. Patient J. It's weather, right? Something?
Yeah, it's really something.
Yeah, something.
Maybe we should get started before we wait.
Here's his file. Wow, Bob, what are you? Did you forget your happy bills?
It's your problem now.
I'm sorry, who are you? You're talking about? No, it's patient.
He cannot.
Bob, what happened in there? What about shake him up and stop?
He is the disease. Look, send him to Blackgate before he infects everybody in here.
No, well, that would help.
Blackgate. Hang on. I have a question. Why would you send, if a sane patient scars you, doctor, why send him to a normal prison with people he could harm?
Because obviously Blackgate's supposed to be inescapable.
It's not. Trust me, it's not. That's where Arnold was locked up at. With his cellmate that he killed just to get the damn puppet from. You know, remember? Because we watched his history video.
Sure, stable.
All those things he said. I'm a good person, right? I know I've made certain mistakes, but I keep...
You can't
Don't get wrong, you know? Everything. My whole life.
Please?
There is no Bob anymore. Goodbye.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
I'll take him.
What?
Patient J. I'll take over.
Did you not just see what happened? Huh? Bob, he's the best we got.
Someone's got to do it, right?
I can't let you in there.
Unless you want to take him yourself.
Well, that's not. You know what? Fine. Here's the file. Good luck.
Unless you want him, I'll take him. You want that?
Name and ID?
Dr. Harley Quinzel. I've got a 3:30 with the patient, and my ID is sorry. This one's sort of a big swing for me, you know? Okay, I found it. Here.
This is J39 looking for clearance on a Dr. Quinzel.
Any tips on this guy?
Tips?
You know, after Bob. What did happen with Bob, anyway?
You're all clear. Take this.
What is it?
Press the green button when you're done.
What's the red button?
Hold for 3 seconds to release the nerve gas.
The what?
See you in an hour.
I said the same thing. The what? Is this sad? But this is
Hello?
But this is a story about a therapist, and I'm over here holding this like a fucking clipboard, writing shit down. Oh, also now, if I had friends,
You sure you ain't got the nerve gas?
I'm sure I don't.
I thought you said you had friends.
I mean, who lives here? Aside from that one,
They live in this town.
I mean, that lived near me.
They may.
No,
Have you asked any of their addresses?
not really. One I know, I asked, and he wasn't near me. I don't remember where he lives though. But like, if I had any, aside from that one that lived near us, if I was, so we're all nerds.
The one that says he don't want to play date?
Yeah, he said that as a joke, people, just so you know. Anyways, I have an actual file, like, you know, the files they keep paperwork in. So, yeah. If I wanted to, I could start using it as a prop for videos.
Oh, God.
Kitty, movie, get your ass out of here.
But she wants to be on camera, too. She's been trying all day.
No.
Will you leave the kitty alone?
Kitty. Stay.
Patient J. My name is Dr. Quinzel, and I'm here to... Patient J. Are you okay?
I didn't mean to hurt him.
Bob, you mean? Well, it's okay. It's okay. Bob's fine. Or he will be.
He wanted to help me, but I was bad. Everything I touch just turns to shit.
Would you like to talk about why you feel that way?
Yes, do. The first skin.
If you're done, I'd like to begin.
Look at you. Look at you. Bob wasn't but appetizer, but you. Throw me a bit. Pass me the tartar sauce. It's supper time.
He's a cannibal and he likes torturing people's minds. I still
Harley
don't
Quinn
know
and the
this
Joker, Sound Mind, a Spotify original audio series, was produced by Realm in a...
Did you know this is in the same universe?
It looks like a good chunk of meat.
You don't fucking eat meat, man.
You're trying to give me a headache again so we don't record, thanks.
No. Anyways,
Yeah.
this is connected to the other one. Somehow. I'll show you what other one I'm talking about.
Oh, are we done yet?
It's in my library.
So I can go to bed.
Almost. No
So
bedtime.
I can record myself.
No bedtime.
So I can make my own video.
No bedtime.
Like I said, so I can make my
I said no bedtime.
I didn't say bedtime. I said so I can,
Yo, fucking grandma.
I said so I can make my own videos.
First you said bedtime.
I'm ready to get back to work on my video.
Grandma, I don't care.
My leg is not a prop to take that thing off. Or my shirt. What do you want? What?
Anyway, and at some point, I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, we're going to do homework. And by that I mean review. I'm not starting a new doing another TV show episode, or starting a new TV show or movie, whatever the fuck, until I get done with the papers we already have in here.
Can you lay down somewhere?
With let's see how many you have. 3 papers, and mine would be 4 papers, since I was writing on stuff that you wasn't writing on. Hi, girl! No. Hi. Anyways, it's fucking dark. Fuck. I gotta copy the link. Today, people, we are reacting to the Popcross Studios video called Avengers and Justice League Fusions Story and Speed Art. No, Speed Paint. Yeah, paint, not art. Same thing, kinda. Yeah, paint is a type of art. You use paint in art, so it's close. Anyways, yeah. Don't know who's gonna be who. I do know that even though in some of his other videos is a Batman and Spider-Man mixture, but it's not that in this one. So I think in this one it was Batman and Thor.
There comes a time in every comic
Or at least, yeah, something like that.
book nerd artist's life where they really want to do some
We'll write
awesome
down the
Marvel and DC
characters,
mashups. And while I've done a few token ones on the channel and some scattered episodes, I've never done a real official episode on this because so many other people have just done it so well. I mean, there was the official Amalgam Comics run that did this. James Reyes, the box office artist and friend of the channel, has done some awesome videos on this. So I never really felt too inspired to do it myself, but then this week I started thinking, lots of people have requested an episode like this, and I could do my own spin on it by doing some weirder combinations of characters, like The Flash and Captain America, or Scarlet Witch and Superman. I started thinking up some really cool story ideas and how I could weave the stories together, and that really got my brain going and got me super excited for today's episode. And I'm really hoping people get into this one because I'd love to continue the stories that I start coming up with. In fact, if this video gets enough likes early on, I'll immediately do another one of these on Friday with 2 different teams of superheroes from Marvel and DC. So if you're super excited for some sort of weird Avengers and Justice League mashups, hit that like button, sit back, relax, and enjoy some of what I think is some really fun stories and some cool artwork. Here we go. Barry Rogers grew to his late teens just as World War II was starting.
Okay, this ain't that weird. I want to write it down though. Flash X Captain America. And I would say why this ain't that weird. One, I think it'd be cool to have a speedster around in the World War II era. But also, the Jay Garrick Flash stories came out around the same time as the Captain America stories were coming out.
Hi, Brad. You know I can't see over your phone, right? Didn't mean to move her. I said I didn't mean to move her.
I'm moving her gently over here. Hi, girl. Hi, girl.
He was eager to fight, but had been too small and in too poor health to enlist. But he thought he could fix himself and become an ideal soldier using science. Instead of exercising like a normal person, Barry decided to try creating a concoction that he could drink or inject to give himself superhuman abilities. He spent weeks in his lab experimenting to no avail, but on a fateful day, an accident would lead him to success. While carrying a bundle of failed formulas towards the trash on a stormy night, a bolt of lightning shot through his skylight window and struck Rogers. The vials all erupted onto him, and somehow the combination of the chemicals mixed with the supercharge from the lightning gave Barry the abilities that he so desired. He gained incredible inhuman superspeed as well as impressive strength and durability. He was finally able to enlist and was accepted with open arms. Unfortunately, he couldn't carry a gun because at the speeds he ran at and because of the lightning that sprung from his body when he moved, the bullets in the guns would get superheated and explode. The only weapon that he would be able to use was given to him by another superhuman that he met during the war, someone that he would end up growing quite close to. The gift was a near indestructible shield that could hold strong even at his incredible speeds. It was made from a special metal from his new
I know
friend's
who
home
this
city.
character. I know at least.
I don't need room.
I know at least the
Go groom
DC.
yourself.
I know at least the DC character that this character that they are friends with is going to be matched with. Wait, was her name Barry Rogers? I mean, Steve Allen don't sound, no. Yeah, Barry Rogers is better than Steve Allen. I don't know if that's the actual person's name. It sounds
eating my hair?
It sounds similar, Steve Allen, but I don't know if that's the actual person's name or just sounds similar to
Well,
one.
now you're getting moved again because you keep eating my hair.
Famiconda, but we'll get to that later. Barry was a huge asset in the fight against the Axis, but on one faithful day while investigating a Nazi rogue science division, Barry was too late to stop a plane that was taking off on a suicide bomb run to the United States. By the time Barry got to it, the plane was just high enough that he couldn't reach it. Thinking quickly, he sprinted along under the plane, moving in a rapid circle, bolting faster than he'd ever moved before. He created a tornado that crept up under the plane and began to throw it off course. The plane was toppling enough that it started to spin out, but to keep the tornado going, Barry was having to run impossibly fast, even for him. Then, out of nowhere, just as the plane was headed for the Earth, Barry vanished. He had indeed saved the day, but he'd moved so fast that somehow he'd sent himself running through time. When he stopped, he'd run 80 years into the future. Despite his best efforts, he couldn't figure out how to control the time travel ability he'd unlocked, and he remained trapped. in the 21st century. But in this modern time, he made new friends and continued to work as a different kind of soldier, simply fighting a new set of supervillains that were springing up in the modern age. And, of course, luckily, that superhuman friend he'd made during World War II.
Hang on. Okay.
There's going to be a lot of you talking.
This makes me want to see his main villain. Because in the comics, Captain America's main villain is Red Skull. The Flash's main arch-enemy, arch-enemy is the Reverse Flash. So imagine a Nazi speedster. A fucking Nazi speedster. That wouldn't do good. But he probably, if he does a villain one, did a villains episode, won't do that probably.
Was actually still around and kicking in this new era. Let's jump to her story next.
I know who it is.
Deep in the heart of Africa, there's a hidden city called Themaconda. It's an advanced city of long-living and superpowered women who keep themselves shut away from the world of men. They used to help in worldwide conflicts, but every time they did, the world would try to steal or exploit their incredible technology and abilities, so they eventually shut themselves away. But in the 19th century, a new princess of Themaconda was born, a girl named Chidana who would grow up to be queen and eventually was meant to take on the role of protector as the Panther of Wonder. As she aged, she grew more and more curious about the world of men. Because Themacondans age slower than normal humans, this young princess was only the equivalent of a human teenager when World War I began. She made a case for why Themacondans should help end the war, but nobody listened. Chidana watched from the sidelines as the world went to hell, and even after the war ended, she continued to watch in pain as humanity suffered through the Great Depression, while Themacondans were thriving in their hidden society. By the time World War II rolled around, Chidana had had enough. She still wasn't old enough to take on the role of Queen and Panther, but she stole the impenetrable suit that the Panther was meant to don and went to fight alongside the Allies in the war. Her people discommunicated her, and whether she liked it or not, she was now exclusively a member of the world outside her home. And early on, this really worried her. She quickly became conflicted about her decision when she saw how black soldiers were treated and how women were treated in the world of men, and this made her wonder if the cruel world she'd just joined really deserved her help. But it was too late for her to go back now. She'd have to press on and keep searching for the hope she wanted to believe existed for humanity. Luckily, she met some who did keep the spark of hope alive, such as Barry Rogers, a superpowered warrior she fought alongside during the war. And even after his mysterious disappearance, she'd continue to fight and meet more people who showed her humanity's potential for good. And when the war was over, she turned her attention to fighting for the rights of women and minorities, becoming a hero on a new front. As she helped many brave souls bring positive change and progression to the world, Themaconda started to believe in humanity once again, and by the time the 21st century rolled around, they agreed to open their doors to free trade with the rest of the world. And they forgave Chidana for her past perceived crimes. There was still a lot of work to be done, but Chidana had finally brought together her world and the world of humanity. And to make things even better, not long after that, her old friend Rogers mysteriously reappeared, and Chidana was reacquainted with her long-lost friend. And they'd soon find that they'd need each other in the coming years. This is just your friendly mid-video reminder that sometimes for videos like this, I let subscribers vote on what we're doing next. I let people vote on one of the Dragons episodes a little while ago, got people to vote on what monster episode we were going to do next, and if this does...
So out of the two designs, which one do you like the most, Mom?
The Wonder Woman and Black Panther, you not made Wonder Woman look ugly.
No, I didn't. No. Why? How?
Because she ain't supposed to have a mask. The mask makes her look ugly.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it ain't Wonder Woman, Mom.
It still makes her look ugly.
It's a lot of female superheroes wear a mask. Like Batwoman, Batgirl. A lot of them have the hair out, like Spider-Woman, Batgirl, Batwoman, and more. I just don't know.
Become a recurring series, I'll eventually let people vote on what teams we're going to be mashing up down the road. So make sure you're subscribed and got the bell rung. That way you can vote on the polls and see when videos are coming out right away on Fridays and Mondays. But anyway, sorry for the interruption. Let's move on to Batman and Thor. Bruce Blake had always had a very fuzzy memory of his early life. His guardian and butler, Laufred, had told
No, yeah, now. Now he's Laufred.
Alfred.
Hi, Laufred.
Hang on, Mom. No, Mom, we're not calling that. Anyways, I'm confused here. Listen to me.
Laufred.
No, we're not doing this shit. Listen, though. Wouldn't it make more sense to have a Batman and Black Panther?
His name's Laufred. Stop abusing me.
Stop calling me names. You call me one more name. One more fucking time.
You're talking to Kiki, not me.
I know what you're fucking saying. Stop it. Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about. She's cuckoo for the cuckoo's nest.
Stop abusing me.
Now she thinks the cat can talk humanese.
What? What's your butters? What's your butters? Am I a C?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a cat chair?
But okay, wouldn't it make more sense to have Batman and Black Panther mixed?
Warm kitty. Furry kitty.
Ma, I like this story, but
Are you a Black Panther? You do have a Black Panther on me.
no, that's a hyena. Speaking of Black Panther, though, wouldn't it make more sense to have him and Batman mixed together, and Thor and Wonder Woman mixed together?
Yes, now get your boom boom by my face. Boom boom doesn't go in face.
Boom Boom goes in face.
I don't need groom.
Oh my god, this is funny. But yeah. Wait a minute. Wonder Woman's arch enemy is either Cersei.
Not go in my face.
I don't know Black Panther's in arch enemy.
Oh God.
If he has a arch enemy, I don't know that.
Oh.
I do know that he fights Claw. So it'd be a mixture of Claw and Cersei, which would be a magic person. Claw and Ares, which would make him a god of war. Or Claw and Cheetah. Why? God damn it. Or Claw and Cheetah, which would be... To be honest, I don't know whose arch enemy would be worse. Red Skull mixed with Reverse Flash, so a Nazi who's petty and has a whole vendetta against your ass. If you're Barry Rogers. Or a psychopathic trickster god. As in Thor. Not Thor. Thor and Batman, so it would be Loki and Joker. I don't know which one's worse. I have to go with the psychopathic trickster god. Yes. So yeah. And Wonder Woman has 3 main enemies. People may say it's either Ares or Cheetah, but actually it's Ares, Cheetah, and Cersei are her 3 arch enemies.
If you don't want me to call you it again, I suggest you get back to the video.
I'm trying to figure this shit out here. I'm trying to figure out who'll be the main villains, and I don't like this because now I got the idea of a fucking guy who sells weapons mixed with the God of War, a guy who sells weapons mixed with a cheetah, a guy who sells weapons with magic, which could be a girl.
Oh, can we get this done?
Oh, and a fucking Nazi speedster, and a psychopathic trickster.
You need to learn to record by yourself.
Him that as a boy, his parents had been killed by a mugger who'd also shot Bruce, though Bruce had lived and just suffered some serious memory loss. And while Bruce didn't remember this, he accepted it as the truth, but did little with this information. He had inherited a large fortune from his parents and used that as an excuse to never really work very hard. In his teen years, despite being very naturally smart, he put little work into his schooling and spent a lot of his time partying and drinking and getting into fights. Fearing the road that young Blake was headed down, Laufred one day took Bruce to the neighborhood his parents had been killed in. Crime Alley was run down and dangerous and filled with many people who were perfectly innocent, but who were down on their luck and couldn't afford to live anywhere else. It was an area nobody wanted to go to, and few had made much effort to help. Hurt to see that in the 10 years since his parents' murder, this area hadn't improved at all, Blake decided to use his fortunes to help it. He built a new school, fixed up buildings, but in the time that he was doing this, the crime rate wasn't decreasing. Innocent people were still being killed, and Bruce didn't know what to do. One day, he went to the graves of his parents. They'd been buried in a cave on the Blake Manor property, and he knelt before them distraught. He asked them what he could do to help people so nobody else...
To be honest, in the continuities where the Waynes are buried on Wayne Manor property, you know, the property around it, I always found weird since why would you want... Because why would Alfred have Bruce's parents basically buried in the backyard? He did no. He owed the other their ass.
Maybe it's a family graveyard. Back in the olden days, the family graveyard used to be on your property.
It could be, but you most of the time in comics don't see the other Wayne's graveyards. It's only Thomas and Martha's. So, what I'm guessing
maybe the other Waynes are there, they just don't have headstones.
But most of the time you see another Wayne in the grave and they have a headstone. With at least one of the other ones. It was with one of Bruce's ancestors. But then there's other ones where it ain't buried there, so you barely get any graveyard scenes of the Waynes. Of Batman just dropping there and kneeling down. But it would make sense to have them, but in the continuities, with them buried there, it makes sense why Bruce Wayne would bury Jason's body, body in the backyard of the Wayne Manor. Like I said, Alfred O'Yelliver asked. By that, I mean, you know, when the dog dies and you just put him in the backyard, the dead body, you don't have nothing else to do with it. Yes, that happens, people. And that's what we called O'Yellering. It's a part. It fits in the category. What also fits in the category is you just take them to the backyard and go, poo to the person. You see, I'll explain the different ways of O'Yellering later on. No, like in the movies where you and your best friend, you can be the best friend, for example, are talking, and then the one friend betrays the other friend, and then they get shot in the back of the head and die, and then they get buried in the backyard.
Like when you're a little kid and the baby rabbits are born with a disease and their tails stop falling off, and your uncle hangs them up to the tree and shoots them in the head in the backyard.
No, that's called a cult.
They get buried in the backyard.
That's called a cult. Not O'Yellering. That's a cult.
No, that's Old Yellery.
No, Old Yellery is different. That's a cult.
They got put out of their misery and then buried.
Yeah, they were hanged to the tree row first, so it's a cult.
That way they didn't run. That way you could hit
You
them in the
started
head.
a cult. You had a cult. You were in
If
a
you
cult.
didn't hang them from the tree, they would have ran. And you wouldn't have been able to shoot them.
You should be on that TV show called How I Escaped My Cult. But I didn't escape. I'm still in it to this day. My husband is one of the leaders. Help! I'm like, she's crazy. She don't know what she's talking about. Cult? What the fuck type of cult? Well, if I had a cult, what the fuck the members? You can't have a 4 or 3 person cult. Then that's just a gang.
I'm being held captive by them.
What members? We're not counting animals here. So, and like I said, a 4 to 3 person, that's a gang. Not a cult.
You're a
It's
cult.
different.
You're the cult leader that's trying to brainwash me to like this.
No.
Would suffer
like it
their
by
fate
yourself.
in his home city. It was the first time in his young life that he was truly acting selflessly.
So where's
As a
the
tear
soul
rolled down
part
his
come
cheek,
in?
the cave began to rumble. The earth beneath him shook, and the dirt began to part as something came up from the ground. From the earth sprung a great axe. Confused but curious, Bruce reached for the axe. As he grabbed it, he felt a huge surge of strength fire through his body.
Thor does have an axe as well, called Stormbreaker, which in the movies he got after Mjolnir. How do you say his hammer's name? Mjolnir? I don't remember how to say it anymore. Since I haven't heard the name of it in a while. Got broke by his sister Hela, who isn't his sister in the DC, not DC, in the Marvel universe. Not his sister in the comics, you know. She would be his niece in the comics.
Ready to say, I thought Hela was the comics version of Hell.
Kinda, not really.
Which means she'd be Loki's child.
Yes! Which is weird. Which is weird. Because it's his fucking sister in the movies.
And he's gonna say that it's fucking nerdy. He's gonna take it and say it's his.
What?
Hela's female baby that I keep and name Hela.
It is nerdy.
Like I said, you're gonna say it's yours.
No. I'm gonna say it's a Marvel. And myth. You get, Ma, if my snake is Wonderland, is nursery rhyme / Wonderland in DC, then you can have 2 genres, basically, multiple genres for the name. Via my name started my snake started the DC and nursery rhyme names. If you get a purple fucking snake, I don't care what the fuck you say. If it's a fucking female or male,
We're not naming it Chester.
I'm naming it Cheshire. It's going to be called Cheshire. Like the Cheshire Cat. Since you wouldn't let me name none of the cats Cheshire. Since you said they wasn't purple. When you can't have a fucking purple cat in real life. I'll make a fucking cat purple by dyeing its hair. Yeah, that works. It's actual fan, not
You're
toxic.
not buying pet hair dye for my cat.
Your cats. I'll get my own.
I'm not allowed to.
I'll get a fucking job.
Dad told me no.
I don't care what Dad said to you. I'll get a job. And I'll buy a cat and dye when it's old enough, and I'll dye it. You know?
Dad won't let me dye the white blue.
No, we're keeping it white.
I want to make him blue, though.
I don't fucking care. We're keeping it white.
He needs to dye his hair with Mom.
No, his name was Socks for a fucking reason.
He could have blue socks.
You want me to name him Blue Balls?
He could have blue socks and black socks.
No.
Or even pink socks.
She's fucking nuts.
I can use pet dye and his socks can become different colors.
And I can fucking dye your whole skin if I wanted to. How about that, huh?
I'm just saying I could. They don't have to stay white socks.
Yes, they do.
Oh, can we get done with this now?
No. Now you want to dye the cat.
Oh, you're the one who wants to dye a cat purple.
You want to dye socks. At least mine could be reasonable. It wouldn't be a cat that we already had and stayed that way forever. And I probably wouldn't do it anyways.
If I use that pet hair dye, it wouldn't stay that way forever.
It won't?
No, it wears out after so long. That's why people dye their dog.
So never mind about getting a cat and dyeing it purple.
They don't stay that color forever. It only lasts so long.
But it should.
But pet hair dye don't.
But it should.
But it don't. It's like human hair dye. It only lasts so long.
Bullshit! My hair was green for the majority of its fucking life.
No, it wasn't. You just dyed it green last year.
Majority of the fucking year it was green.
Mine's still green.
Yeah. I swear to God, I still find shades of it sometimes. Or what looks green when I look in the fucking mirror and I don't like it. Now I know that I think you got all the green hair still that was still here out when you cut the front. Because that was all of it still green. People be like, your hair got green right there. I'm like, I know, it's still hair dye. It's hair dye. It didn't come out. God, stop it. Please, people, stop noticing my green little stripes for the hair.
I have them all down here. All down the sides.
You got green every fucking where.
Not only did he gain incredible power and flight and a litany of other abilities, he regained his lost memories. His mind raced as he floated up out of the cave with a swarm of bats circling around him. He remembered that his parents had been the great old Nordic gods, Odin and Frigga, who had come to live out quiet, humble lives on Earth to raise their sons amongst humanity. But they'd put all of their godly abilities into this axe, making them mortal, swearing to only use the axe if they desperately needed to. Now, wielding it, he had all the powers of a Norse god. But with these memories, he also finally recalled that he hadn't been shot that night that his parents had been murdered, and along with that, he had a brother. Loxi had also been there that night, and as their parents lay dying, Odin had told the boys about the axe and where they could find it. Loxi had immediately gone for it, but had been unable to wield it, as it could only be lifted by a worthy soul. Wanting the power for himself, he erased Bruce's and Laufred's minds of his own existence and of the axe and their past lives, so that he, in the meantime, could go figure out a way to claim the axe for himself. Now, with Bruce's memories returned and his abilities granted, Blake could use these powers to fight criminals in Crime Alley and even across the rest of the world. But he could also go find his brother and see if there was any way to reconcile their relationship. Unfortunately, it would be a difficult task, given what had happened to Loxi since.
Okay, now I want to know who the fuck is a mixture of with Loki. So I thought it would be Joker.
Wandell had just been a baby when her dimension was being torn apart. In her world, humanity had unlocked all the incredible potential of magic, and it had been used for generations to enhance all humans at birth. She and her twin brother, Pietel, were enchanted with abilities that would manifest as they grew. But the overuse and abuse of magic in this world had led to many giving themselves too much power, and it was far too easy for a few bad eggs to cast black magic enchantments that brought the dimension to its knees. Magnell, Wandell's father, foresaw the coming destruction and knew the only way to guarantee that his children would survive was if he sent them to another dimension. He'd hoped to join them there, but after...
Oh, great. There's two speedsters in this universe. Both of them are superhuman. I mean, yeah, the Flash is superhuman, but this version of the Flash has the super soldier serum, apparently.
Can we get back to the witch?
Hang on. and he was in World War II. He can run fast with the super soldier serum.
But I want to get back to the
I don't
witch.
care. Scarlet Witch's brother is Quicksilver, a speedster. So I'm guessing that if he survives in this, I'm guessing they're pairing him with Supergirl, Superman's cousin. So, super speed fucking Kryptonian. Yes, Kryptonians are fast, but sometimes they're not faster than a speedster. Sometimes they are. It's weird. It's weird comic-y bullshit that I'm not getting into right now, people.
I want to get back to the witch.
You can get back to the bitch.
I didn't say bitch, I said witch. You're a bitch.
No, I'm not getting. Well, people called her now because of what she did in the recent movie that she was in. People are mad at her because how many people she
Cast
killed.
them away, they'd never hear from him again. The twins arrived in a flash of light in the middle of a field in Kansas, in a dimension that was still unaware of the possibility and existence of magic. Pietel and Wandel were found by the farmer couple who owned the field and were taken in and raised by the Kents. The renamed twins, Wanda Kent and Peter Kent, initially grew up unaware of their magical origins, but as they aged, the spells cast on them at birth slowly kicked in. Wanda found that she had incredible strength and flight, along with a huge range of other abilities that she could unlock with the right magical training. Peter's magical skills didn't come as quickly, and his power was less extensive, but he did have incredible super speed, similar to that of an old, well-remembered World War II hero. Eventually, the Kents would tell Wanda and Peter of their history, and Wanda would become inspired to use her growing abilities to help this world. And if humanity would eventually learn to use magic, she would help guide them to use it only as needed and to only use it for good. She donned a cape and suit made by her loving foster parents and took to the nearest city to save any in need. Peter would occasionally assist her, but he was less inspired to be a hero than his sister. But one day she would call on him for help with a particularly powerful opponent. Loxie Lutherson, a billionaire who'd been conning the world for years into thinking that he was a charitable, upstanding member of society, was secretly using a type of primitive but very powerful Nordic wizardry to manipulate people and gain power in a world ignorant of magic. Wanda had clashed with him before, but now to confront her, Loxie had built a magic-powered mechanical armor to finally defeat her. She called upon Peter for help, and he answered. The two fought well, but while Wanda's power was enough to protect her from Loxie's blows, Peter wasn't quite so strong. Loxie killed Peter and shattered Wanda's heart. It was enough to almost bring her to kill Loxie, but she stopped herself, knowing murder wasn't the way to a brighter tomorrow. She defeated Lutherson and sent him to prison, finally having sufficient evidence of his crimes, seeing as how their battle was very publicly broadcast on TV. She mourned the loss of her brother, but their battle had caught the attention of other heroes of the world. Becoming more aware of how many super beings there were, and how many more possibly villainous super beings could be popping up soon, these heroes decided to band together and create a team that could protect the Earth from any impending threats.
Bruce, you failed at your job. Why didn't you go stop your brother, Bruce? Did you not watch stuff you knew?
I gotta say, this is one of my favorite episodes I've done in a while in terms of the stories and the art. So if you enjoyed it too, remember, I'm serious about it. If this gets enough likes early on, I'll just immediately do a follow-up on Friday. And give me your suggestions for teams or characters or heroes that we can mash up. I've obviously already got some ideas for, Loxie Lutherson, but I'm sure there is so much other cool stuff out there and other ideas that you've all got swirling around your heads for this. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to check out some of the other awesome videos. I recently venomized a bunch of subscriber characters. In fact, I've done draws. And thanks for participating, everybody who did. But that's all for...
Almost.
You just said we were done it after this video.
Almost.
This is why I hate doing shit with you. Because you say we're done, then you keep doing shit. We're supposed to be done. Give me my phone back.
Why?
DC